Hey folks, Rob here. Merry Christmas for 2024. Happy New Year for when you guys see this. This is just going to be a quick channel update on what we've done in the year, what I'm looking forward to doing next year, and some channel metrics. So let's look at that. Um, Been very productive year. 789 subs. I'm sure that I'll be over 780 by New Year's, or sorry, 790. It always seems to bounce up and down. One or two people leave, and then a couple other guys show up. But I've picked up 291 new ones as of Christmas 24 today for the year. So that's, I think, phenomenal considering what I started this channel for. Was more or less just to get out there. I wasn't expecting this, to be honest. I'm very pleased that I've got 789 so far, and I look forward to many more. So, over the last 90 days, YouTube only keeps some metrics available for 90-day period, not the whole year. But generally speaking, 748 of you guys have returned. I've picked up 2,000 new viewers that have not subbed, which is perfectly fine. 5,400 hours of watch time. Phenomenal. And I've streamed live for at least 140 hours. Plenty more where that's going to come from. So I love streaming to you guys. It would be nice if we had more interaction going, but I understand that's the nature of the way it is. And not everybody sticks around for the whole thing because, again, it's at the end of the day, it's moving calendars around, and that only gets interesting for so long. Some other channel information. So my most viewed video is actually one from 2023, I think it was. Valor of the Guards campaign game 4, 14 day, which was the first one in the series, and I got over 2,000 views on that video alone, which is, again, I'm just overwhelmed with the positive review on that. Right now, my most active video is still A114 Hamlet's Demise. However, given the recent Tactics 101 half-track video I put on, that's picked up like almost 200 views in 24 hours. So that, again, is phenomenally quick. So that's probably going to be supplanting A114, except that one I did live, and that's why there's 10 viewers that watch them at the same time, which I think for ASL is probably a lot to have 10 people watching all at the same time. Viewers, you can see there, so 36,000 total views over the course of a year. Most of them come from the US, not surprising. Russia, there's 10 views from there, so that's kind of interesting. It's from all over the world. So again, thank you guys very much for spending the time with this channel. Hopefully the content has proved interesting enough based on the returns. It seems to be that's the case, and I hope that that continues. So what we're looking forward to in the future is obviously more of the same. So I want to do at least 1 to 3 videos a week, including a live stream. I wanted to schedule every Saturday around noon Eastern a live stream of a game, one of the bigger ones. So that's continuing over the time. I was going to dedicate this to my Red Factory Solitaire, but kind of off that for a bit for a variety of reasons. But I still want to try and establish a more steady schedule. I know that this last season has been a bit off. There's been a couple of dead periods where I've been away for a bit. But I want to get back into doing at least 1 live video a week, plus 2 or 3 regular ones as well. Either scenario replays, maybe an unboxing or 3, and definitely want to bring new content so that we can actually grow to 1,000 subs. So that'll be a good benchmark for me if I can get to 1,000. I suspect that by this time next year, when I do another one of the 2025 overview, I hope to be at 1,000, if not more. But again, once more from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for watching me on this channel here. So what do we do in 2024? I managed to read a crap load of books. If you've known the Glance series on Stalingrad, they're quite dense. You can see them behind me there on the bookcase. I've read first 2 volumes. I'm waiting for volume... I have volume 3, but I'm waiting for volume 4, which is actually a 2-parter. And that way I can complete the series. So I'm hoping to pick that up this year. Again, we'll see. Jason Mark's Island of Fire I've had for a while, and I do want to get to that. Again, it's talking about the Stalingrad battle, specifically around I think it was the Red House, where Lyudnikov's 138th Infantry was able to hold off the Germans for almost the whole duration. They were basically condensed down into a small island around the Red House. So, as a matter of fact, in my Red Factories campaign, I was just able to finally secure it for the Germans. So that's a little ahistorical, but again, that's the game. Neil Price's The Viking Way, really interested in history, which ties into the bottom two on that list. Is I just finished Fram's Assyria, the World's First Empire, which is again a very fascinating book. Talks about all the recent finds that they've come up with about Assyria. Might dispel some illusions about it. Very interesting book, and again, it's very current as of I think it published 2023, so it's got the latest research in there as well. Um, I finished off my essay, which I have to say was a chore. Now I withdrew before I could finish off a degree in archaeology and ancient history, so I will be able to graduate with a diploma in January, which again I'm super thrilled about. I honestly, when I was at this point last year, demoralized, it just was not into doing it, finishing it off. I was actually going to drop out without even getting a diploma. But luckily, I persevered through, was able to submit it, got quite a decent mark on it, I think. And yeah, I'm going to graduate with the diploma so I can hang it up on the wall right beside my geomatic technician diploma. Yeah, really happy about that I did that. So yeah, I'll have a diploma in ancient history and archaeology, but quite cool. All right, so what I'm playing right now is on. You've seen my channel there again. I'm trying to get back into face to face with Dave. Scheduling is always going to be difficult. We managed to slip in a couple of days in a row, well, weeks in a row, one game. Right now, we're currently playing. Oh, blanking on it. It's the one with the last minute war with Slovakians attacking into Hungarian positions. So it's quite interesting. My left flank is caving hugely, so it might not be a quick game, but we're going to get back into that. Dave and I will finish that off, and of course, I'll post an update when that happens. I do want to finish my Red Factories solitaire campaign. I'm playing it all the way to November 15th, which, as you can imagine, is a lengthy ordeal. Now, unfortunately, most of the campaign does not cover both map sets, Red October and Red Factories, or Red Barricades and Red October, um, all the way up to November 15. It's piecemeal here, piecemeal there. They overlap for a week during Xtag when the Germans open up that southern front. Um, but it's there's no steady campaign that covers both map sets. So I'm going to have to invent some of that as I go. And of course, I'm using solitaire rules with the addition of the Swedish house rules, which is changing the way the battle's played. It's a bunch of house rules that they've come up with. I also want to finish, or I should say, start a face-to-face game of Valor of the Guards. It's always my go-to with Stalingrad. I don't know why. I think Tom Warren did an excellent job with that module. It covers the first 2 weeks in September, so it's initially when the Germans are quite strong and the Russians are reeling a lot of conscripts on the Russian side, but it's still quite fascinating. So whether I do that another solitaire one, or I can convince somebody to play face to face, or through Vassal. Vassal is obviously easier just because it takes so long to play, and you don't have to leave it set up. You can do other things. So hopefully I can get Dave to get more into Vassal, and then we can actually tackle that campaign game. And then I want to finish off the Opmerkur with Vassaling with Stu. We did the first scenario, which, if you remember, it's a 7 scenario set, of which the first one doesn't really count, but the last 6 you can bundle into like a mini campaign, and you get victory points for winning or losing. So we're going to alternate sides and play all those other 6 scenarios, but we have to get back into that, and I hope to do that soon. Normandy 44, I was able to try. I think I did it twice, but not very. I didn't complete it. I didn't do it all the way up to the end. It's quite fun to play this game. Out of all the 19XX games that Mark Simonich did, I think Normandy is the most fun. I never tried North Africa. Dave gave it a go. I wasn't impressed. Too much on the logistics side, less on the action. I never tried Great Campaigns of the American Civil War, which I really want to get into. and I've never tried any of the OCS series as well. Crimea I was going to order it from Tadnat Games, just didn't work out. So I never had a chance to play any of the OCS. But what I did purchase was Twilight of the Reich, and I've just finished scanning in all the scenarios, so I have them all part of my digital collection. I have not played any of them yet, so I'm gonna probably do a couple of those, maybe solo or play with Dave. Armies of Oblivion, so that's the Axis miners, so that's all done. Now I'm waiting for the Doom battalions. I picked up the LCP's Vogt am Rhein 3-pack, as well as Operation Mercure from Heat of Battle. Now I think, based on the website, which appears to be down, I think Heat of Battle is done, and therefore I was able to get one of their last items that they had in stock. It did not come with counters, which I was disappointed in, like it should have, but it came out with a NAP 11 printout of what the counters would have looked like. But they threw in an extra module, the I think it's a Pacific one. They threw in some extra stuff, so on balance, it's probably a good thing. Sassel Third Edition was supposed to come out. It's been delayed, I believe, till next year, which I'm going to pick up. And then again, those other volumes in the Glance trilogy, I was hoping to pick up, but just didn't work out. They're starting to get a bit expensive. Amazon sometimes has them, sometimes not. So it's again something that we'll have to get into in the future. All right, so what are we looking ahead to on 2025? Now, I've got an extensive reading list there. The Little Black Devils and Juno trilogy, I've already started dabbling with that because it's going towards my solitaire historical campaign on the Royal Winnipeg Rifles, landing from D-Day on Mike Red sector, and then pushing through around Carpiquet airfield, and then eventually out of the peninsula. So I'm not sure how long it's going to go. I've only got the Juno trilogy, and it goes as far as the breaking out of the peninsula in August. So once Khan is taken, the Royal Winnipegs were involved in that as well. I'm going to have to find other information besides Little Black Devils, which I do have a copy of right here, 1980 book from the regimental history. But it's kind of sparse, as most of those regimental histories are. So hopefully I can find more information and flesh out the Royal Winnipeg Rifles historical campaign. All right. Yeah, so Anthony Beevor's Ardennes 44 and the Battle of Arnhem, I'm looking forward to reading those. We're going to, well, I say we, I know that Hex to Hex and Wardrobe Plays World War II have already done Market Garden. I was going to contribute to that, but to be honest, I kind of burned out from the D-Day because I'd played like 12 days of constant ASL. So I didn't have anything ready to go for Market Garden. And now that the Ardennes is kicking off the Battle of the Bulge campaign, you've seen I've been putting up a couple of videos towards that, commemorating the 80th anniversary of the market of the Battle of the Bulge, Vogt am Rhein. So I'm going to finish off a couple more scenarios. We got to finish off part 2, maybe a part 3 of the penny packets with those quad 50s. I can't wait to get those rocking. But yeah, the Ardennes offensive we're looking at right now playing, and that's looking pretty good. I also want to pick up several other books, including the Oxford History of the Ancient Near East. Now, this is 5 volumes, probably going to cost me $1,000 because they're textbooks, and for some reason, textbooks always cost more. However, it's something I've always held near and dear to my heart is Near Ancient History. Near Eastern Ancient History, excuse me, and those 5 volumes are going to go a long way towards that, which I'm going to have to read. So it's going to add it to the list to the left, and then it's going to be quite exhaustive. I got to dedicate time to reading, which I've been remiss in doing, to be honest. Gaming. So Caslo is coming to Ottawa in May of 2025. And I'm really thinking of attending it. I've said this before about the Caslo when it was in Victoria. That didn't pan out for a variety of reasons. The cost was prohibitive for one, but Caslo is in Ottawa is just down the road. So spending a weekend there playing some ASL, I'm really thinking of going to be doing that. Whether or not I stream from there, I don't know, but I'll definitely be reporting in as we go along. So I'm hoping that I can stick to my guns and go to that. I want to finish off the Red Factories. That is taking a toll on me. Like most things, I I pick something that ends up being too big and overwhelming, and I sometimes don't finish it. But I'm going to endeavor to finish that, whether or not I do that once a week like I want to, or just play it offline and give you guys updates. We'll see how that goes. I have to finish writing up and playing the Roy Winnipeg Rifles Solitaire Historical Campaign. Right now, I have 2 missions up on Discord for people to test play because they have a lot of unique rules, SSRs and such. Going forward, it might be a little bit more standardized, so I don't have to do as much fiddling with the rules. But I already have a third scenario or a third mission in mind, and then my fourth one is probably going to be Carpet Cat Airfield. Now there is I think it's called a mini hassle. I can't remember who's doing it, but I saw it on Discord. Apparently, there's going to be several scenarios that are released around Carpet Cat Airfield. There's a new map board around the airfield as well. You may have seen George Hoytis, I think, testing that out. So that's going to be quite cool. And hopefully, when that board comes out, if it might ever be out for Vassal, I'll be able to expand on my historical campaign. I want to try Holland 44. Now, if you've been watching, I've got the map laid up here for probably about 2 weeks now. I clipped all the counters. Now we just have to set it up and play it. So this is the Battle of Arnhem, basically dealing with that push up that highway of hell, trying to get to the bridges and relieve the airborne forces. Again, I've got everything clipped and ready to go. I just have to set it up on the board and then play the damn thing. I really want to get into OCS Crimea from MMP. I've just watched Hexy do his Ardanes 2, which is an OCS product, operational command system. And it looks like fun. The map looks gorgeous. And I want to get into that non-ASL gaming as well. And then lastly, I'm thinking about doing an AD&D campaign. Now, I know some of you guys are role players as well as tabletop gamers. I would be playing first edition AD&Ds. I'm not a super fan of the latest versions. 3.5 is just ridiculous. And 5th edition, I think, is fine. It's just not what I'm looking forward to, and my sweet spot is first edition. So if you see this and you're at all curious about it, maybe you want to give it a go, just comment down below. Give me a bit of a feel for what the audience wants, and if we get 4 to 6 guys that want to do it, then maybe it's something we can go forward with. But I'm thinking of getting you back into some Dungeons and Dragons. So purchase and looking forward to. Always subject to change. MMP's schedule is a little bit hectic, to say the least. There's a Desert Hassle coming out, which I believe is focusing on the Tobruk campaign. Doom Battalions is out, but I gotta find the money to pick it up. And 3rd edition Solitaire is also coming out, I hope. Doom Battalions is out. We'll pick that up, maybe even at Caslo. And hopefully 3rd edition hits the presses sometime this year. I can get up on pre-order and pick that up because I really do love the Solitaire system. And with the expansions that I've been thinking about for 3rd edition, I think that's going to be in the package. It'll make it more attractive to me, I think. And then again, there's the Oxford History of the Ancient Near East, 5 volumes. Again, $1,000. I'm going to have to save up the pennies for that. But that's what I'm looking forward to buying for the new year. So that's 24 in a nutshell, and what's looking forward to 2025. Again, I want to thank all you viewers that have watched me in all my videos, all your comments. I love the critiques. I love when you pick up my mistakes because that's the only way I'm going to learn. If nobody picks them up, then I'm going to keep repeating those mistakes. So by all means, I don't mind nitpicking, as one of the viewers said. Nitpick away. I put these out there primarily so that I can learn the game better. There's lots of stuff that I miss. Playing solo is part of that. You tend to miss it because you don't have that other person to bounce ideas off of. So I just wanted to give a quick channel update on where we're at and what we're looking forward to. And Happy New Year again to you guys. Merry Christmas and all that. Hopefully you guys have a good time. Stick around. There'll be lots of new content coming out. And we'll see you guys in the new year. Have a good day. Bye.